took the midnight train going anywhere.
My name is Farrington Moteo, this is Jen McMillan, and this is our Porchside Prom. Before the pandemic began, the Citadel Theatre and myself were discussing the possibility of a concert for I guess what would have been last season, would have been the 2021 season. And I pitched the idea of a prom-themed concert. We would dress up the theatre like a high school gymnasium dance with streamers and, bowls of punch and encourage people to bring, wear their prom outfits and things like that. But ultimately the pandemic, as with most things theatre, prevented that from happening. So last summer when there was an opportunity to do Porchside concerts, we took that idea and did like a little mini version of it here called the Porchside Prom. I can't even tell you how beautiful it is to be out in front of people and singing and working together. That's the thing I think I've really realized throughout the pandemic when I've been missing audiences is that it's a two-way transaction. And yes, Jen and I are going to perform the show, but we can't do it without an audience, and so it really is a two-way energy exchange. They'll sing and dance too, I hope, and it feels good. It feels really good. Well, you know what? I was thinking about my favorite songs. I'm a big pop music fan, and I kind of zeroed in on how it was that I grew up learning about pop music and how it was that I celebrated that as a teenager. Moving into adulthood, which was in high school gymnasiums and at high school dances. And the more I thought about it, the more I thought there was a whole culture around prom. And I thought that'd be such a beautiful way to celebrate what is essentially the top hits of the last 70, 80 years. But with that costume on, that aesthetic of high school dancing, which I just think is so beautiful in so many different ways.
Farron called me up last year and asked if I'd be interested in working with him on this project, and I have been sort of in charge of making all the arrangements for it. So as we move our way through the decades, I've created little medleys in each decade of the best high school dance music, and yeah, that was a job in itself, just trying to find the best parts of the songs and like really good transitions to put them together and stuff. It's been a big challenge, but really fun though.
Let's stay together, loving you weather.
So Roadshow production, we have 3 versions that the Citadel Theatre is presenting this summer. And they're outdoor 1-hour-long concerts that anyone in Edmonton, Sherwood Park, or St. Albert can book, and we'll bring the whole show and all the sound system and everything to you, and we'll perform in whatever outdoor location that you'd like. So if you've got, a backyard party or birthday party, we've done some house warming parties and things like that. We've come and bring the whole show and perform for you. So the 3 versions that we have are Porchside Prom, which is the one that we just presented this evening, which is kind of the best high school dance songs through the decades. And we have Rooted in Love, which is an hour-long of the best love songs throughout history. And we have Forget Your Troubles, which is kind of fun-loving, happy-go-lucky song to try to, forget about the pandemic and let's all get together and have some fun.
Oh, baby, I love your way every day. I want to tell you I love you.
Yeah, so last summer when we were in the midst of the pandemic and we couldn't do anything indoors in our theaters, the Citadel Theatre came up with this idea that we could perform outdoor concerts that were socially distanced and people could be masked and with all the protocols, and they could perform them still because they were outdoors. So that's how they came about. So they started last summer, and because they were such a big hit, they decided to do it again this summer. So some of them are the same from last summer, some of them have been adapted or changed. So Porchside Prom, for example, they presented a shorter version last summer, they're doing a longer version this summer. And so, yeah, since people just enjoyed being able to be outdoors and get together, we've decided let's continue. So we're going till September 6th. So we have bookings, you can book a show all the way till that's the last day. I think it's a Monday, September 6th. And then hopefully next summer we'll do it again if you can't fit it in this summer, so hopefully.
you.